सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। We finished 566 I think. No. Yeah, 567 also we did. Yeah, 567 we did. You have to start with 568. So continuing the sum up, the Acharya says, evam videha kaivalyam sanmatratvam akhanditam brahma bhavam prapadyaisha yatir no. Just a second. Yeah, there is a issue with reading from the book. Brahma bhavam prapadyaisha yatir navartate punaha evam videha kaivalyam sanmatratvam akhanditam brahma bhavam prapadyaisha yatir navartate punaha. Evam videha kaivalyam. In the earlier context, we had seen Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. How Videha Mukti does not bother the Jnani who is a Jivan Mukta, and like a leaf which can drop off anywhere and the tree does not care about it, similarly the body may drop off anywhere but the Jnani does not care about it. Now this Videha Kaivalyam is also Videha Mukti, another way to say that, and that is what Sanmatratum Akhanditam. He is already Sanmatra, Sadeva. Sanmatra means Sadeva Sanmatram. He is Sadbrahma only, mere Sadbrahma, nothing else. Mere means there is nothing else other than Sadbrahma also, but mere to say that he does not associate with Anatma, which is Mithya, and he does not associate with it at all to consider himself as a limited being, or to consider himself as asat, meaning that the body will go off, meaning I will die away. He does not have any such notion, erroneous notion. Therefore he does not have an erroneous notion that I will get mukti when the body drops off, but he says that he knows that he is Brahma Sanmatratam Akhanditam, which has never become Khanda, which has never become segmented, that Brahma was ever Sadbrahma even when he was bound. Even when he was bound, in the sense the Kala itself has no meaning for him, because Kala is also part of Mithya. And thereby Brahma Bhavam Prapadya Esha Yatihi. Esha Yati, having attained this Brahma Bhavam, which he had already attained. We have seen that it is the attainment of the already attained, and in the case of the Jnani, at Jivan Mukti itself, at Jnanotpatti itself, he attained Brahma Bhava, and his Videha Kaivalya was guaranteed then itself. Now, as an event in time from the perspective of the body and its dropping off, he is said to have attained Brahma Bhava, which was already attained at Jivan Mukti. Yati na avartate punaha, he does not come back to this loka or any loka, he does not come back to this sharira, which itself is another loka. So to say, samsaranam na bhavati ityartha, there is no samsara for him, he does not continue in the transmigration, he has finished his journey towards Brahma, towards moksha. Further, in 569, Bhagavad Padacharya says, सदात्मैकत्व विज्ञान दग्धा विद्यादि वर्ष्मणः अमुष्य ब्रह्म भूतत्वात् ब्रह्मणः कुत उद्भवः सदात्मैकत्व विज्ञान दग्धा विद्यादि वर्ष्मणः अमुष्य ब्रह्म भूतत्वात् ब्रह्मणः कुत उद्भवः अगेन कैमुतिक न्याय कुतः उद्भव कुतः अर्लियर एवं विदेह कैवल्यम अखंडितम सन्मात्रत्वम which is brahma bhavam, all these are in samanadikaranam. Videha kaivalyam, which is what? Akhanditam sanmatratvam. Even there is no pratiti of khanda. In Jivan Mukti there may be a pratiti of khanda because of the body which is cognized by others. Here in Videha kaivalyam the body itself is not cognized, it drops off, therefore the jnani is akhandita because Brahma is akhandita. And that Brahma Bhavam Prapadya Esha Yatihi Punaha Na Avartate. That was the Anvaya there. Here Amushya is sixth case singular. Amushya Sadatmaikatva Vijnana Dagdha Vidyadi Varshmanaha Brahmanaha Brahma Bhutatvat Udbhavaha Kutaha. That body can be taken, that Varshman is basically Rupa. Varshma, it is not really body because Sadatmaikatva Vijnana Dagdha Avidyadi. Varshmana means Rupasya. You can say Varshmana, Shashti Ekvachana, can replace that Rupasya. Better known word, no other reason. Varshman may not be so easy to know. So Sadatmaikatva Vijnana, that is the reason. Ekatva Vijnana, what is that Ekatva? That Atma is one or Atma is one with Brahma. Both have the same meaning. Atma is one means there is no other Atma including Paramatma, which because Atma is Paramatma. Or oneness, Ekatvam is oneness between whom and whom. So if you ask between whom, then there is oneness between Jivatma and Paramatma. That is the Sadatmaikatva Vijnanam. And Tena Dagdha, burnt due to that. What is that is burnt? Karmadhare Avidyadi. Avidya, Avidyadi, Adipadena, Avidya Karya. All Avidya Karya. So Avidya, Avidya Karya, all get destroyed, all get burnt to ashes. And thereby Amushya, for this jnani, Sadatmaikatva Vijnana Dagdha Vidyadi Varshmanaha Brahmanaha Brahma Bhutatvat. Not for, we can say of. So Brahma Bhutatvat. Kasya Brahma Bhutatvat? Brahmanaha. Brahma, see, Brahma is Brahma Bhuta only. Brahma cannot become anything else, has never become anything else. So Brahmana Brahma Bhutatvat means what? Brahma is Brahma Bhuta. And who is this Brahma? This Brahma is Esha Jnani. Therefore Amushya Jnaninaha Brahmanaha. Just give me a moment please. Sridhara. Sorry. So this Brahma is one who has Varshman, Rupa. What kind of Rupa? Avidya which is burnt. So, meaning this Brahma has Avidya all right, because where else will Avidya rest? So this also removes the doubt. People ask, where is the Avidya? If nothing other than Brahman exists, then the Dvaitin make an aropa on an Advaitin. Are you saying that nothing other than Brahma exists? Yes. We are not saying, Shruti says. We just paraphrase this Shruti. Okay, then what about Avidya? Is it different or is it one with Brahma? So this is what is called as Ubhaya Pasharajju. Ubhaya Pasharajju means it's a rope, it's a noose on both ends. The rope with noose on both ends. So whichever end you choose, you will end up with a noose. It's a logical trap. So he asks us, if we say yes, avidya is same as Brahma, then as in it is there in Brahma, then he'll say that, oh, then your Brahma has avidya. And if you say no, avidya is different from Brahma, then he'll say, then you have Dvaita. You don't have, the philosophy ends up in Dvaita. Therefore, we don't answer this question in that manner. We say there is avidya, which is mithya. Sadasadhyam anirvachaniya maya avidya cannot be categorized as sad or asat. It is, so Brahmana Brahmabhutatvat amushya sadatmaikatva vijnanena dagdhaya avidya adi, and that is sa rupam yasya or varshman yasya saha sadatmaikatva vijnana dagdha vidyadi varshman is the pratiparika and in tasya varshmanaha shashti ekvachana. And that Brahma is who this jnani, which is not who is not different from Brahma, that Brahma has burnt avidya, which cannot fructify. Just like a seed which is burnt cannot germinate. It cannot germinate at all. Therefore, that mithyatvam is such that the avidya is there in Brahma, because there is nothing else, and avidya is just an imagination superimposed on Brahma. For we say, what is that Maya? It is karyanumeya. Because there is karya which is seen, we infer Maya, and avidya is same as Maya, we infer it. If you ask, is it existent? We don't say yes. If you ask, it is non-existent, we don't say yes. It cannot be categorized. It is something magical which has no presence of its own. But there is a karya, and karya cannot come from nothing. Therefore, we have to give some value of existence to it, which is not, complete one also, at existent one. It is not zero. Somewhere between that, we cannot categorically say. And this has been the entire explanation also from earlier. Therefore, if such a question comes up, then avidya is there in Brahma, but it is like a burnt seed which does not affect. It is not different from Brahma. It is not same as Brahma. It cannot be categorized either way. And thereby, if you just understand it like a burnt seed which cannot germinate, then udbhava kutaha amushya sadatmaikatva vijnana dagdha vidyadi varshmana brahmana udbhava kutaha. Why? What is the hetu? Brahma bhutatvat. Because that one, so-called one who is a jivan mukta now, his avidya is like a burnt seed which cannot germinate. And what is the idea being expressed? That he can never be born, because birth itself is an avidya karya. That avidya has been burnt, and therefore it cannot give any results. That is the 569th shloka. Maya kluptau bandhamokshau nastas swatmani vastutah yatha rajjau nishkriyayam sarpa bhasa vinirgamau. The dual has been used. Maya kluptau. Maya kluptau bandhamokshau. Maya kluptau. Klupta. Klupta, lu is a very rarely used vowel. It's a vowel, lu, which is even pronounced as l, because some people cannot pronounce. It is actually l. There is no repha content there, but some people pronounce as l to express, because l is difficult to pronounce. So a, e, u, then l has a dirgha, l does not have dirgha, but this l itself gets replaced. It is r and l, ralayor abheda, so there is some overlap as well, but very rarely use this dhatu klipta. But what is it? You get kalpita from this, kalpa, kalpita. So the words may be used which are derived from this dhatu, but this dhatu in this that live form itself, that vowel is very rare to see. Klipta, you see only in kliptau, kliptaha. But what does it mean? Kalpa. If you make guna, so those who have studied Vyakarana, live guna is a, and then urandra para will bring in a lakara, so it will become kal. Kliv will become kal. And kalpa, the pakara of the dhatu, kalpa. So kalpa, kalpita, with the pratyaya there. Here maya kliptau, bandha moksha, maya kalpita, that is the meaning there. Kliptau means maya kalpitau, bandha moksha. Bandha, bondage, and moksha, neither of them are real. For those who consider bondage is real, the entire journey up to moksha is real. But once moksha is, the swarupa of moksha is known as Nitya Swarupa, Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. Brahma is ever mukta, never bound, even samsaravasthayam. Then how can moksha be real? Therefore moksha is not real, bondage is also not real. A mithya bandha needs mithya moksha. Nastaha, what? Swatmani vastutaha nastaha. Bandha and moksha are not there in the Atma ever. Atma is never bound, and it can never be freed. It need not be freed because it is never bound. So there is no real freedom. That mithya freedom is necessary, which is through the mithya shastra, through the mithya guru, for the mithya jiva. Everything is mithya in the end, except for Brahma. Yatha, how? Example we have seen many times. Yatha rajju nishkriyayam, that rajju, which is a rope which is insentient, cannot itself do any activity. Therefore sarpa bhasa vinirgamo, the sarpa abhasa and vinirgama, the abhasa of sarpa, the sarpa is not real, it's an abhasa, and its taking away is also that abhasa nivrutti is also as mithya as that abhasa, because sarpa was never there. The sarpa was never taken away because sarpa was not there. So jnanena nivrittihi. What is real cannot be taken away by jnana. What is unreal, not real, mithya alone can. What is a result of an erroneous understanding alone can be taken away by jnana. Therefore yatha nishkriyayam rajjau sarpabhasa vinirgamau nastaha vastuta nasta, you can add vastuta nasta, tatha bandha mokshau maya kliptau staha vastuta you can bring in nishkriya also. Nishkriye swatmani nastaha. So you can take vastuta in the second line, anuvritti, and you can bring in that nishkriya in, change the linga parivartana. It is rajju is strilinga, so nishkriya is strilinga. But swatma, atma is a pullinga. You can convert nishkriya into pullinga and make an anvaya there. You can borrow it because that's the idea. Atma is nishkriya. There bandha and moksha cannot be possible at all. Na shakyate. It is impossible. That is the comparison. Yatha nishkriyayam rajjau sarpabhasa vinirgamau nastaha tatha bandha mokshau maya kliptau eva staha. Maya kliptau eva. Evakara also can be added. Vastutaha nishkriye swatmani nastaha. They are not there in Atma, Swatma in reality. Avrute sadasattvabhyam vaktavye bandha mokshane navrutir brahmana kachid anya bhavadanavrtam yadyastyadvaitaha nisyadvaitam no sahate shrutihi. So it's like 1.5 verse. Avrutehe sadatsatva sad asat sadatsattvabhyam bandha mokshane vaktavye. Then bandha moksha are due to what reason? Due to the avruti. Avruti, it should be said vaktavye. These should be, both should be mentioned as being there due to avruti. Avruti is the avruti sad asatvabhya, means avrutehe sad asatvabhya means the present sat of avruti, and asat of avruti means based on the presence of the veil or that avarana shakti which we saw earlier, maya shakti, whether the avruti shakti is working, avarana shakti, based on that bandha should be talked about, and based on the absence of that avruti which is taken away by jnana, thereby it's gone, the veil is gone, then moksha should be mentioned. This is how there is a talk of bandha and moksha based on presence and removal or absence of avruti. Brahmana kachid avruti nasti, kachid api nasti. For Brahma there is not even a little avruti ever. Just like we saw in the other example earlier, few shlokas back, that we think that the sun is covered by the cloud, but the cloud is covering the eyes. My perspective is that Brahma is covered. Brahma is never covered. He is covered from my perspective of the Antahkarana which is moving outward. It cannot see that my Swarupa has never been covered. Anya bhavad Brahma anavrutam. Why do you say that? Why is Brahma not covered? Because there is nothing other than Brahma, it can never be covered. Anya bhavad. Because nothing other than Brahma exists. To assume that Brahma was ever covered is just an explanation given because there is a pratiti of abhasa of bondage, bandha. I find myself as a limited being, therefore some explanation has to be given by bringing, because there is already an accepted fact, as though it is a fact, that this world exists, world of people and beings exist, several lokas exist, and then there are beings in those. I am one of those beings. I have objects around me to undergo bhoga or to connect with for bhoga. All these ideas are taken as a fact. Because it is taken as a fact, Shruti cannot just say, just go by saying that this is it, there is only Brahma. None of this is possible. For a person who is seeing Sarpa, his fear is real. You cannot just say that, it's a rope and not explain. There is no Sarpa. You have to say, Sarpa that you see is just an abhasa. Because you are not seeing it right. There is not sufficient light. So that light of knowledge should be shown upon. It should shine upon, it should be made to shine upon the object. Therefore, although Brahmana kachid avruti nasti, anya bhavat, still all this is what vaktavya, bandha mokshane vaktavya, by saying avruti, something like an avruti is there, and thereby it can be explained. Otherwise it cannot be explained. Yadi avruti asti, if avruti is accepted, then really accepted that there is an avruti, then advaita hani syat. This is the dvaita aropa also. We say yes, you are right. We are not saying that avruti is real. If we accept our avarana, maya, avidya shakti or avidya itself is real, then you can say advaita hani and you say, you are talking about dvaita. We are not talking about dvaita because we have made no acceptance of avruti as real. And why don't we accept it? If the Purva Pakshi says, you accept Dvaita, what is the harm in accepting Dvaita? If we say we forget about we accepting Dvaita, Shruti hi Dvaitam no sayate. No sayate. Sahate. Shruti does not accept Dvaita. Because Shruti says that even Kinchidapi Bheda, if there is even a little Bheda one makes, then he does not know and moksha is not possible. बंधश्च मोक्षश्च मृषैव मूढ़ा बुद्धेर्गुणं वस्तुनि कल्पयन्ति दृगावृत्तिं मेघकृतां यथा रवौ यतो द्वया संगचिदेकमक्षरम्. bandhascha mokshascha mrushaiva. Moodaha, it is mrisha. Bandha and moksha, mrisha means mithya. Bandha and moksha both are mithya. But moodaha buddher gunam vastuni kalpayanti. The buddhi which is mithya, which is a product of avidya which is mithya, makes a person think that he is bound, and bandha which is mithya becomes real for that person. Therefore moksha which is mithya is also real. And how has all this come about? Because buddher gunam, all the guna of the mithya buddhi is imagined on the, or the moodhas imagine on the vastu. Vastu is vastuni brahmani, atmani, brahmatmani kalpayanti, they imagine it. And we have seen earlier, same example is repeated because it's a good example to drive home the point. The sun is not covered, your eyes are covered. Brahma, Atma is not covered, your buddhi is covered. It cannot see right. And buddhi is mithya, so it is not a second entity. Yatha Ravo, Surya, in Surya, Mega Krutam Durgavritim. The avriti, avarana, is seen to happen. There is a covering on the sun due to the cloud, but it is not there. Yataha advaya sanga chidekam aksharam, because akshara, yataha is the reasoning given. Yataha advaya sanga chit, that chit is ekam aksharam. Aksharam ekam, it is not, it is that one which never goes away, it is imperishable and it is unaffected, unattached. All these ideas can be brought in, and it is ekam, it can never go away. That advaya asanga chit ekam aksharam bhavati, it cannot ever, and therefore what? Moksha, bandha and moksha are not possible for Atma. Asti pratyayo yascha nasti vastuni buddhereva gunavetau, buddhereva gunavetau natu nityasya vastunah. Asti iti pratyayo yascha nasti iti vastuni buddhereva gunavetau natu nityasya vastunah. Etau gunau, which are these gunas? The asti nasti buddhi. Asti iti pratyaya and nasti iti pratyaya, vastuni. That Atma is there, Atma is not there. Something is there, something is not there. Who has this idea? I was saying the other day, Bhagavan Bhashyakara does not answer this question as to who gets this moksha, for whom is the bondage. He says, whoever is asking this question, to whom is moksha, to whom is bondage, all these questions need to be answered. There is a compulsion. I want to know the answer. Whoever that entity is, who you consider as yourself, to him is the moksha. Can you define who it is? No, you cannot. You can come about with ideas. Oh, I am a father. If you are a father, how did you become a son to your parents? You should be one. In Vyakarana, there is an adhikara, ekasanya adhikara. Something that gets a one sanya, one name. Sanya is a name. One name cannot get another name in some adhikara. And if you consider that as real, then you cannot have two realities. Otherwise it is like, schizophrenia. A human being should be one, right? As in I should be. So it seems like a very foolish argument. If you say, why can't a father be a son? He has to be a son first to become a father next. Yes, it is right. But then it is all nama rupa. It is not that he stops to be a son when he is a father. He can still be a son. So all these are names. The person has not changed. Person is the same. Now whoever has this idea that I am the father, I am the son, I am a husband, I am a worker in some office, I am a blue collar worker or a white collar worker, whatever it is, that idea whoever has, which keeps on changing based on who he or what he associates with, that brings about a change in name. He cannot say that I am a father, therefore everyone at the office should listen to him. Nobody cares whether he is a father. They are not his children. So based on whom he associates with, he plays a role. So that person, that individual who has this idea of that individuality, whoever that is, at whatever subtler level you can go, that is the self-inquiry, and that entity has no presence of its own. So asti iti pratyaya, nasti iti. He says that I am not a father when I go to office. I am a father at home. So asti nasti iti pratyaya. I am just giving an example. Whatever asti nasti pratyaya one has, but in relation to vastu. Asti iti pratyaya yascha nasti iti vastuni. That pratyaya which is there, yaha. This person has this idea. That idea is what? It's a guna. Buddhereva guna. Because that I am a father, that idea comes and goes. I am a white collar worker comes and goes. So asti nasti, whoever has that is, who is that? If you inquire into it, he will never remain a father for more than a moment. He will not remain anything else. Whatever you try to tag him, that tag keeps on changing, so it does not last, it is not sat. Therefore that idea, that notion is a guna of the buddhi. Buddhi brings about. When I go home, I see my child and I suddenly become a father. I go to office, I suddenly become a boss or an employee. This is all buddhi created. But I am more than that. I am neither and more than that. You cannot limit me to either. You cannot say that I am both of these and only these, one of these, none of these. All these are just ideas. So buddhereva gunau etau, what? Asti and nasti pratyas with respect to anything. Natu nityasya vastunah. Nitya vastu cannot be said to be there, not there. It is there when you are a father, it is there when you are an employee, it is always there. So that Anvaya Vyatireka is also brought back in closing, because these are the same basic tools which are the advanced tools. There are no other tools. Same tools work all the way for a sadhaka till a jnani, even for during the nididhyasana, when the mind slips due to vasana. This is the inquiry. And then all comes back to mind, the mind resolves, and then you settle down. Atastau maya kluptau bandha mokshau nachatmani nishkale nishkriye shante niravadye niranjane advitiye pare tattve vyomavad kalpana kutah. Now this kalpana which has been talked about, this kalpitau, what are these? Ataha, therefore, tau. So earlier anyway the anvaya would be vastuni yaha asti iti pratyayah yascha nasti iti pratyayah, or cha twice, so you can add twice. Vastuni yaha asti iti pratyayascha yaha nasti iti pratyayascha etau buddhehe eva gunau bhavatah. They are buddhi gunas only. Nityasya tu vastunah etau gunau nastah. And therefore ataha, therefore, since this is a fact that these are buddhi gunas, asti pratyaya, nasti pratyaya, that something is, something isn't, or I am something or someone, I am not something or someone, these are mere ideas. Therefore ataha tau maya kluptau, therefore they are imagined under the influence of maya, avidya. What are those? Bandha mokshau. This asti nasti also go towards, this bondage is there, now it is there, then it is not there. So bandha mokshau also are not there in atma, nacha atmani. Why? Because atma is nishkala, nishkriya, shanta, niravadya, niranjana. All these words we have seen. Taintless, shanta. All these words we have seen. I hope it is set in. it is partless, etc., without an activity. So nishkale, nishkriye, shante, niravadye, niranjane, atmani, bandha moksho, nastah, they are maya kliptau. And nastah, not nastah, here kliptau can be the anuvrutti. Kliptau, they are imagined. Maya imagined by Maya magically. Magically, the imagination is also magical. Who will do the imagination otherwise? Therefore, he brings in a Kaimatika Nyaya to say Advitiye Pare Tattve Vyomavat Pare Tattve Advitiye Pare Tattve. Vyoma, Akasha is one. In that space, which is without a second, how can a second come in? There cannot be a second space. But the example is what? The example is only up to this extent, that is one. In that space which is one, like in that Advitiya Parabrahma, that Parabrahma Tattva which is one, Advitiya, like space. Naiyayikas say that space is one. So that is all the example is. It is not, whether it is real or not. It is one. Mithya, but one. There are no two Akashas. Naiyayikas accept that. So Nyaya is used Advitiye Pare Tattve. How Advitiya? Vyomavat Advitiya. Kalpana Kutaha. How can there be imagination? See, even in space, if space, you cannot, if the space is one, you need something other than space. Space is one, but other than space things are there. Due to that, in the sky, for example, you can imagine a cloud formation, because cloud is not a sky. Cloud is second from that. But imagine that nothing other than sky existed, then how can you imagine anything there? That is the example here, that if there is nothing other than sky, would you imagine a cloud formation? You can't, because cloud has to be there, and it has to be other than the space. Otherwise you cannot imagine space in space. Imagine water, for example. Now take water, not imagine, take water. Can you make a water formation without anything else? Even to create a bubble or ripples, you need some air or something which has to be different from that. Of course space is assumed there, but example is, let's say you take water. Can you mix water in water without anything else like coloring or anything? Just water, same water as which is there. Can you add the water to water and make bheda? You cannot. So kalpana is not possible. You cannot say this part of water is mine and that part of his water is yours, unless you have division in space. Something other than water has to be there. Ataha to bandha moksho maya kliptau atmani cha nastaha or atmani cha na kliptau. Not even nastaha, na kliptau. Why? Because vyomavat nishkale nishkriye shante niravadye niranjane advitiye pare tattve kalpana kutaha. All these can be brought in for vyomavat. Vyomavat, I said advitiya, but we can even say vyomavat nishkala. Vyoma is partless, space is partless. Nishkriya, partless. Partless in the sense we are taking that the space cannot really be divided. But if you say take sukshma padartha, and then panchikarana, all that is just an explanation. It is not real. It is an explanation to say how grossification happens from a subtle tattva. There we take one part of space, mixes with the other halves of others, other 1/8 parts of others. So these are all ideas, but you get the logic used there. That if there is no second, there cannot be even a kalpana. Imagination is also not possible. That imagination has to be considered something magical which cannot be explained. Who did this? Why they did it? And we should not even inquire if we have understood the tattva. How is it possible? All this is useless to a jnani. It is useless to a sadhaka because it cannot be answered. It is useless to a jnani because he already knows the tattva and it is going to give him no result. He is kritakritya. Then who is it useful for? It is useful for someone who is neither a sadhaka nor a jnani. Who is that? Just trying to indulge in some kind of a logic. Tarkika, who is not really interested in moksha. He is interested to establish that I am right. He wants some conclusion which will just satisfy his buddhi. Otherwise, Gaudapadacharya calls all of these people as Srishti Chintakaha. They just end up in imagining how this, or in debating how was this creation. You just wonder about it, let that wonder be, and maybe any of these possibilities nobody has concluded. Somebody says Leela, somebody says something else, somebody says, thousands of ideas are there. In various Puranas there may be so many expressions. All of these are contradictory to each other. It is its Swarupa, it appears so, why, how, we don't care anymore. That is the Moksha Chintaka. Otherwise, Srishti Chintaka, you'll end up another Janma in inquiring about fruitless things, So we should let it go, learn to let it go. Like someone said, when the house is on fire, how did this fire come out? What happened? You don't care. Right now, put out the fire. Therefore, once you land on the other side, then you don't care about that question at all. And this is what is in the Karika also. Na nirodho na chotpattir na bandho na cha sadakaha na mumukshur na vai muktaha ityesha paramarthataha. This is a Karika. Bhagwan Gaudapadacharya gives this in his Mandukya Karika. Na nirodha na cha utpattihi. So Srishti is what? With this bandha and moksha, all this talk, the Srishti itself is not there. In that context it is mentioned here. Nirodha utpatti. Utpatti, the creation, and its nirodha, neither of them are there. Bandha is also not there in reality. Sadhakas, if there is no bondage, then who will seek freedom? If there is no Utpatti, I have never been born as a limited entity, then why do I need to do Nirodha of this Chittavritti Nirodha also? You can take up to that extent also. Yoga, that Chittavritti Nirodha is also not needed if the Utpatti itself is not there. This is Jnanena Moksha. We should not say that, none of this is needed. He is saying that in the end. 575th shloka says that none of this is needed. Means you have already attained it, now you don't need it. Those who get the idea that Utpatti itself is not there, there has never been a creation, I have never been a part of it or a whole of it or whatever, for him is the idea. That case not basic. Unless somebody has done all of this in the earlier Janma and a lesha is remaining, to him this can be taught, and none of the journey is necessary, because the journey is not necessary now doesn't mean it was not necessary ever. It was done in the earlier Janmas together. Therefore now when the journey is over for anyone, whether it is as a child for Bhagavan Ramana, or it is for a Shuka Muni, or someone who is mere in the Garbha also, his journey may be over. Or it may be for someone who is old and then there is jnana for him. He also has understood this fact that there is no utpatti, no nirodha, so bandha is not there as a real bandha, and if bandha is not there, then moksha is not real. If moksha is not real, there is no seeker, there is no sadhaka. If there is no sadhaka, then there is no mumukshu. Moksha is not real, moksha ichchu is not there. Then how can there be a mukta? Mukta is also not there. This is iti esha paramarthata. This is the highest reality. Very difficult to understand sitting on the other side of the fence. But once you are there, you know that this bondage is not there, because nothing other than Brahma existed. Brahma can never be bound. Brahma can never have an utpatti, because all this has been said earlier. It is, nishkriya, nishkala. So a part, see what is utpatti? Those who have studied Vyakarana, utpatti is what? It is Panchami. Panchami Karaka is used there. Separation, movement, apadana Karaka. Apadana is movement from that which is still. That is apadana karana, that what, from which there is a movement. So there has to be something from which something can be taken away. So there has to be a part for utpatti. If you take Brahma as an apadana karana there, and Jiva is born, something like the Jagat is born, then Brahma should be with parts, because one part should be separated from him. The child is separated from the mother. The mother is separated, and birth. I'm not saying separation as in, separate a child, but the child is born. That birth is separation from the part of the mother. The parent's seed grows grows as a child into the mother's womb, and that is separated from the womb. It is separated. That is called as birth, because the mother is not partless. The body mind sense complex is not partless. It is with parts. But Brahma is not without parts. You cannot separate out. Kriya is not possible. Nishkala, Nishkriya, Shante, Niravadye, Niranjane, Advitiye, Paretatve, Kalpana Kuta. This imagination is also not possible of apadana. Therefore, Bandha, Sadhaka, Mumukshu, all these are in the field of Jnana. They are in the field of Mithya. Further, Sakala Nigama Chuda Swanta Siddhanta Guhyam Paramidamati Guhyam Darshitante Mayadya Apagata Kalidosha Kama Nirmukta Buddhihi Tadatulama Sakrutvam Bhavayedam Mumukshuhu. Difficult to chant words, you do it multiple times to get it right. So, Sakala Nigama Chuda Swanta Siddhanta Guhyam Param Idam Ati Guhyam Darshitam Te Maya Adya Apagata Kalidoshaha Kama Nirmukta Buddhihi Tad Atulam Asakrutvam Bhavayed Idam Bhavaya Idam Mumukshuhu. Idam Bhavaya. So what is said here? Idam Asakrut means Nityatvena Bhavaya. Mumukshu Tvam. So Mumukshu, you are a Mumukshu. If you are a Mumukshu, then Idam Asakrut. Sakrut is once. Asakrut is not once, means continuously, as long as you need, keep on doing this Bhavaya. What is that? Whatever Adya I have told you, Maya, what has been told, Darshitam, what has been taught by me to you, says the Acharya there. What is that? Sakala Nigama Chuda Swanta. That Chudamani, this is Chudamani. Sakala Nigama is Chuda. The entire Vedanta is like the hair, the jata. Chuda Swanta Siddhanta Guhyam. And what is it? It is a secret held in that there, held there. It's a Siddhanta. That Siddhanta, which is a secret, Guhyam, and Param, it is the highest secret. Idam Ati Guhyam, and it is Ati Guhya, it is a best kept secret. So you, Mumukshu, Tvam, you are Moksha Ichchasi. You are Tvam Moksha Ichchuhu. You who are Moktum Ichchu, who wants to be free, you should continuously hold on to this Viveka Chudamani teaching, he says. It's teaching which has been Viveka Chudamani, because that is the meaning of that. Sakala Nigama Chuda Swanta Siddhanta Guhyam, which is Param. Ati Guhyam, it is a deep secret. Darshitam Te Maya Adya. Now it has been shown to you, the secret, and thereby you are what now? You Mumukshu, who was a Mumukshu earlier, are free now. Why? Apagata Kalidoshaha. You have, or rather you are one from whom Kali dosha has gone away. Bahuri there. Apagataha Kali doshaha yasmat saha apagata Kali dosha. From all the defects of Kali have gone away. From whom? He is apagata Kali dosha. That is the Mumukshu who has reached moksha. Now kama nirmukta, the buddhi, kama nirmukta buddhi yasya, sa kama nirmukta buddhi, kamat nirmukta, kamat nirmukta, kamat nirmukta buddhi is strilinga, kamat nirmukta buddhi yasya sa kama nirmukta buddhi, whose vasana kshaya has happened. That is the meaning there. His buddhi is free from kama. Tad atulam, it is beyond compare. This secret is not like any other secret you hear from your friends and family. It is a secret which has, which has been a secret for several lives, and then we have got it. Therefore, sada bhavaya, asakrit bhavaya, atulam. It is beyond compare and always remain in this truth. This is the 576 shloka. Iti shrutva gururvakyam prashrayena kritanatihi satena samanujñato yayau nirmukta bandhanah. So iti shrutva gururvakyam prashrayena kritanatihi satena samanujñato yayau nirmukta bandhanah. So iti shrutva, earlier, okay, I'll just say earlier, this is a long shloka, so I'll make an anvaya there. Adya is now, you can take now, today, up till now. So adya maya te tava, to you, sakala nigama chuda swanta siddhanta guhyam param idam ati guhyam darshitam. What is that? This sakala nigama chuda, that chudamani, viveka chudamani teaching has been taught to you, which is called as viveka chudamani now. What teaching has been given to you, he says, that is ati guhyam. Apagata kalidosha kama nirmukta buddhihi mumukshutvam tat atulam idam asakrit nityatvena bhavaya. You, what is this which has been taught to you? That which has been taught to you is this which you should hold on to. And then iti shrutva, iti gurur vakyam shrutva prashrayena, prashrayena is adarena shrutva. So shishya, having heard this last instruction to him, that hold on to this, with respect he has heard, and then kritanatihi, krita namana, nati is namana, nam dhatu there, pravhi bhavi, being thankful and bowing down to him. Tena samanujñataha, samyak anujñata, he has been very well taught. And then saha nirmukta bandhanaha, nirmukta bandhana, he has been freed. Again bahuri there, nirmuktam bandhanam yasya, saha nirmukta bandhanaha, he is freed. And then yayau nirmukta bandhana, yayau is a ya prapane lit lakara form. So he attained, yayau prapane, prapitavan ityartha, saha nirmukta bandhanaha. What is that? He attained. What did he attain? He yayau samanujñata. So he attained, it can be said he attained, and then prapane, it can be, this thing is not, he went away, so you can even say went away. So ya gatau there, not prapane, this gatau. So gatau means he went, his task is done, so he went away after having learned, doing namaskara, taking this last instruction, the disciple went away. He yayau. Guru, I think we'll stop here. We'll continue. There are a few, there are two more, I'll finish it, okay. Guru Resha Sadananda Sindhu Nirmagna Manasaha Pavayan Vasudham Sarvang Vichachara Nirantaraha. Vichachara, again, litlakara chardhatu with a V upasarga. Esha Guru Sadananda Sindhu Nirmagna Manasa Sarvam Vasudham Pavayan Nirantaraha Vichachara. Vichachara, he went around. See, the Shishya went away. So the Shishya's task is done. He attained moksha. He did namaskara and went away. The Guru, he also went away. Where does he go? He roamed around the earth. Vasudham Pavayan, purifying the earth, because the Jnani, you say, in Hindi you say, inke pavan charanam, charanadhul, we say that as well, there is a lot of respect to that, fall at the feet of the Guru, the where he has walked, the people take the earth that he has walked on and they use it as, bhasma or tilaka. There is a respect there because the Jnani's body is like, it is Ishvara's body. So we say, the God who walked on earth. There are a lot of praises for the Guru. Every sampradaya has it, and every Guru has had this praise. So here Esha Guru, this Guru who's taught, now he also went around purifying the earth. We can take literally as others take, figuratively, or we can take by purifying. Sadananda Sindhu, Nirmagna Manasaha, he is Nirmagnam, he has Nirmagnam Manaha. His mind is always immersed in what? He is one whose mind is always immersed in what? Sadananda Sindhu. In that Sat and Ananda Sindhu or Sada, it is always immersed in Ananda Sindhu, in the ocean of Ananda. And then the entire Vasudha, Sarvam Vasudha, the entire Prithvi, Pavayan, meaning it's a causative there, purifying or causing to be purified, he roamed around. Ityacharyasya Shishyasya संवादेनात्मलक्षणं निरूपितं मुमुक्षूणां सुखबोधोपपत्तये. इत्याचार्यस्य शिष्यस्य संवादेनात्मलक्षणं निरूपितं मुमुक्षूणां सुखबोधोपपत्तये. Iti. It is in all these 578 verses. Iti acharyasya shishyasya samvada. Samvada, the dialogue between the Shishya and Acharya have gone around for 578 verses, and Tena Samvadena, through that dialogue, Atma Lakshanam Nirupitam. The Atma Lakshana, the characteristic of the Atma, characteristic means not the nature of the Atma. We can take the Swarupa of the Atma, has been described as one without a second, with all the adjectives have been used. They are only to take away the Ajnana, but Atma cannot be literally shown using words or using any indriyas or antakarana. So nirupitam, it is mumukshunam. Why has it been shown? Mumukshunam, for mumukshu sukha bodho upapattaye, because of upapatti, for the purpose of. So it is sadarte chaturthi sukha bodho upapattaye, for the upapatti of sukha bodha. For the sukha, finally the search is, whosoever says whatever the search in each and every kriya is sukha. Therefore, sukha bodho upapatte, where is the sukha? That is the final goal, Ananda Sarupa Atma. Everyone, even in selflessness, is also searching for Ananda. That Ananda cannot be found elsewhere. It is here and now in the Atma, and for that purpose, so those who are searching for moksha, for them it is shown using this as a tool. So sukha bodh. So iti acharyasya shishyasya samvadena kim krutam atma lakshanam nirupitam. Kimartham mumukshunam sukha bodha upapattaye. Hitam idam upadesham adriyantam different meter. Hitam idam upadesham adriyantam विहित निरस्त समस्त चित्त दोषाः भव सुख विरता प्रशांत चित्ताः श्रुति रसिका यतयो मुमुक्षवो ये. So hitam idam upadesham adriyantam. Hold on to this adriyantam. You hold on to this. Says the Acharya, Bhagavad Padacharya here, not the Acharya in the story. But he says that let it be, let it be, let vihita nirasta samasta chitta doshaha. You hold on to this, and thereby what will happen? Here it is, it's a wish saying that let it happen. Let what happen? This vihita nirasta samasta doshaha adriyantam. Hitam idam upadesha desham. So, there is a ye there. Ye yatayaha mumukshavaha. So yatis and mumukshus. So I'll come back to this word. Ye yatayaha mumukshavaha. Mumukshus who are yatis, sannyasis, or you can take both. You can add chakara and say ye yatayaha mumukshavaha cha those who are mumukshus, and yati, sannyasis. Vihita nirasta samasta chitta doshaha bhavasukha virataha prashanta chittaha shruti rasikaha. All of these are in samanadikaranyam. Who are vihita nirasta samasta chitta doshaha. Their chitta doshas have gone away. By what? Vihitena, vihitaihi. By whatever is prescribed by the Shastras, their samasta chitta doshas have gone away. Karma kanda as well as jnana kanda, they have gone away. And then bhava sukha virataha. They are bhava sukha virataha. They are now always happy. Prashanta chittaha. Their mind is quiescent. Now it does not roam around hankering. It is not wanting anymore. Shruti rasikaha. What should they do? They remain immersed in Shruti. They rejoice in Shruti. For them, idam upadesham hitam adriyantam. Adriyantam, lot lakara there. For them. So, not for them, there is no shashti there. Adriyantam, Shruti rasikaha, adriyantam, let them. So, let them, there is Atmane padam uses. Adriyantam, adare. Adare, hitam adriyantam means let it, bring about good. Very difficult to translate without a shashti. I am trying. So let them, or let them hitam adriyanta upadesham, idam upadesham, that is the second case there. Idam upadesham hitam adriyanta means let them may they see this as hita with adara. That is what it means. Let them treat this with adara. This teaching should be taken with respect. That is the idea there. And then samsara dhvanitapa bhanu kirana prodbhuta daha vyathakhindnanam jalakankshaya marubhuvi bhrantya paribhramyatam अत्यासन्न सुदाम्बुदिं सुखकरं ब्रह्माद्वयं दर्शयन् तेषा शांकर भारती विजयते निर्वाण संदायिनी. So संसाराध्वनि ताप भानु किरण प्रोद्भूत दाह व्यथा खिन्नानाम. Those who are afflicted, for them, खिन्नानाम, for those who are afflicted by what? Vyatha, difficulties. What are these difficulties? There is a burning, daha, there is burning by which is what? Tapa bhanu kirana prodbhuta. It is comparable to the heat of the scorching heat of the sun. The scorching heat of the sun is burning them, and who is that? What is that scorching heat due to? This samsara dhvani. In this path of samsara, there is lot of heat, scorching heat. It burns those who have dukkha, and everyone has dukkha. It is just the amount of sukha that one has which overshadows that. For them, what should happen? The jalakanksha, jalakankshaya bhrantya paribhramyatam. And paribhramyat, those who are paribhramyat. So that is it is a shashti there. Those who are wandering about in search of water. Like in the desert, the sun, the heat from the sun is very scorching, and they are searching for water in the desert. It is a mirage water they are searching for. Paribhramyatam, bhrantya paribhra. They wander around and they run towards mirage water. Marubhuvi, on the maribhumi, they are searching. That is the example. In the exemplified, they are searching for sukha in the samsara. Atyasanna sudambudim sukhakaram brahmadvayam darshayanti esha shankara bharati vijayate. Shankara Bharati, may Shankara Bharati Vijayate. This Bharati of Shankara Shankaracharyanam, Shankaracharyasya, if you want to use ekavachana, otherwise plural is a respect used, So Shankaracharyasya Bhagavad-padacharyasya Bharati Vijayate, Esha Bharati. What is this Shankara Bharati? Esha Darshayanti, which shows. What does it shows? It shows this Darshayanti Brahmadvayam. It shows the Advaya Brahma. Pratyakshatvena. Pratyaksha, it shows as, Kara Amalakavat. As clear as the fruit in your hand, it is clear. And this is Sukhakaram. Sukham karoti iti Sukhakaram Brahmadvayam. Sukhakaram Brahmadvayam Darshayanti. And Atyasanna Sudambudim. It's a nectar. It is actually, this Sudambudi, Smuda, it's an ocean, but it is that you can say Samudra Manthana is done for that Amruta. So this is Amruta which has come out. This Brahmadvayam Sukhakaram is like Amruta which has come from this ocean. This ocean is what? Sudambudi, Atyasanna Sudambudim. In the very close proximity it has been brought out so that it is Pratyaksha, and that Shankara Bharati Vijayate, may this Vijayate Nirvana Sandayini, let it continue to be there. Shankara Vak, Shankara Bharati, Shankara Vak, Nirvana Sandayini, it gives Nirvana, Moksha, and let that continue to be there. May there be glory to this. So that is said here. Let it remain auspicious and continue to be taught. So Bhagavad-pada says this will, he is guaranteed in 581st shloka that if you study this, it will give moksha. May the message spread, may it continue to be in the tradition as something that will lead these sadhakas to moksha. So samsara adhvani pathi, samsara pathi, tapa bhanu kirana prodbhuta daha vyatha khinnanam जलाकांक्षया मरुभुवि भ्रांत्या परिभ्राम्यताम एषा अत्यासन्न सुदाम्बुदिं सुखकरं ब्रह्माद्वयं दर्शयन्ति is not a word. Darshayanti is Shatranta Strilinga. Darshayanti Nirvana Sandayini Shankara Bharati, meaning Shankara Vak Vijayate. May it bring up, may it continue. Vijayate means may it live on. That's what, because it is from his own pen. So Vijayatam, may it continue to bless others and help. So this is the Viveka Chudamani. Finally, with the grace of Dakshinamurti Ishvara Guru, it is, and the Vyakyanakara Guru also, it is done. So finally, with lot of obstacles, we have been able to somehow complete it. I hope I did some justice to it and may it help you. I wish you the best in your journey. Namaskaraha Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharantam Agocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. And as a tradition, we should read the first verse so that the sampradaya of learning continues. So I'll just read the second verse also. Jantunam narajanma durlabham atah pumsvam tato viprata tasmadvaidika dharma marga parata vidvatvamasmat param atmanatma vivechanam svanubhavo brahmatmana samstitihi muktirno shatakoti janma sukrutaih punyairvina labhyate. Namaskaraha. Best wishes in your pursuit. Any questions? You have another class to go to.
Namaskar.